Need your favorite plays for the Seattle-Washington game. So, Pearce, who are you putting in the captain spot?
I'll go with a GPP play here, a little risky, but you got to be a little different in these situations. J.D. McKissic at running back. We know that Seattle struggles against receiving running backs. In one fewer game than the rest of the league, they've allowed the 8th most receptions to running backs and the most receiving yards to running backs. And it's just kind of their style of play. They've given up a lot of passing yards this season, and they have one of the lowest ADOTs. So they give up tons of these passes underneath. They don't put a lot of pressure on the quarterback. That allows quarterbacks to check down. And I expect McKissic to get you about 5, maybe 50 to 70 yards receiving, fall into the end zone. And with the savings and the boost, he should work for you in GPPs.
Kenny, who are you putting in the captain spot?
Yep, had almost the same exact stuff written down. Pearce is a smart guy. J.D. McKissic at 10.8K. I think it's a really good deal for the reasons he mentioned. The Seahawks top 8 in targets and receptions allowed to opposing running backs, or top 10 rather. And J.D. McKissic has just been on fire. He had a couple of bad weeks, but really bad for his standards is average of 8 points, 8 fantasy points a week. And he also was dealing with injury, and now he's cleared from that injury. He should be ready to go. I also like Taylor Heineke, though, if I want to give another play at 14.7K. I think it's kind of disrespectful that another quarterback is the 4th or 5th highest priced player on the slate. Heineke coming off a 3-touchdown game, facing maybe the worst secondary in football, and he's 14.7K. I think I got to jump at that as well. I'm certainly going to have exposure to him in my captain spot, but I think McKissic is a good play.
All right, Geoff, these guys going with someone who's 10-8. Who are you putting in your captain spot?
I'm going to go with a little bit more vanilla with DK Metcalf. I assume he'll have some ownership, but him and Lockett always split it a little bit. And you've got Russell Wilson, who also garners some ownership there. It's just too good a matchup, I think, to go away from DK Metcalf here. We know that he's capable of those 35-point games. And, Washington features 2 corners, 6 feet tall. Metcalf's going to have a 3-inch height advantage to the team, or a defense in the football team as well, the Washington football team, giving up the 2nd most touchdowns to the wide receiver position. They give up a ton of yards to wide receivers as well. Metcalf's had 2 slow games with Russell Wilson, but the entire offense has sucked. His ADOT has been fine over the last 2 games, getting targeted downfield. I think eventually you're going to see a big game. This is the spot, man. I mean, you just don't get many pass defenses worse than Washington this year.